Welcome to Ministry and Mission with Father Reginald Samuels as we continue to talk about Heart of Worship 2026. Now please welcome Mrs. Jessica Berry, who is our chair for this event this year. Welcome.
Thank you, Father. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
We're happy for you to be with us too. So first of all, Jessica, please tell us about yourself first, and then when did you become chair for 2026 Heart of Worship?
So I am a mother of two just about grown children, a son and a daughter. And I guess it was back in July or August when you called me and asked if I would chair Heart of Worship for you.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've been working steadily since August.
For Winter Apocalypse 2026, tell us a little bit about Heart of Worship.
So Heart of Worship is a full day of praise, adoration, mass, teaching, lectures. We have a couple of fantastic speakers that we have lined up. Should be a beautiful day.
So first of all, before we get into what Heart of Worship is, especially on February 7th, can you give us a little bit of history of Heart of Worship?
So this is our 19th Heart of Worship. Father Drew initially came up with the idea for Heart of Worship after attending Steubenville. And he felt that that was something that called to his heart to bring here home to St. Laurence, to bring people closer to Christ and to the Eucharist.
How long have you been here at St. Laurence, and how long have you been a part of Heart of Worship?
So I've been a parishioner for, it's going on 18 years now, since we started our daughter in the school when she enrolled in pre-K. And this is actually my first big role with Heart of Worship. I've attended, I've been a volunteer, but this is the first time to take on any sort of large role. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and that role is chairperson.
Yes.
Or chairwoman, so to speak.
Yes.
And so how has it been? How has this experience for you?
It's actually been wonderful. Getting to work with the parish staff, getting to know everybody. I knew most of the people that I'm working with already and had worked with them in other capacities. But it's kind of a whole different side of everybody, which it's been wonderful. And I love the planning side of things. That's something that's always been near and dear to me. So that part has been a lot of fun.
Speaking of the planning side of this, you have been going through some difficulties lately while still planning Heart of Worship. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yes, I actually, through the month of November and December, I was in the hospital for 4 weeks on and off. And so I actually used this to kind of keep my mind fresh and ready. I work a lot with Belinda Maldonado here at the parish, and Belinda kept texting me and emailing me, telling me, would you please quit working on Heart of Worship? Your job is to get better. And I would tell her, it helps me. It helps me to heal. It's good for my heart. It's good for my soul. And every other day, St. Laurence was actually sending people up with the Holy Eucharist to the hospital. And so I had a lot of chance to talk to different people I'd never met, which was also, it kind of helped me grow and to help better solidify where I needed to be headed.
Wow. I'm sure the experience was life-changing for you.
Absolutely. I didn't even know I was sick. And I had played tennis in the morning, and the next afternoon I was in the hospital and was there for almost a month. Yeah, had no idea.
Well, we're glad you're back with us.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Oh, goodness. So tell us about the Heart of Worship, the day. What do we have planned for that day?
So for the day, we're going to start off in the morning. People will arrive. We have a full team of greeters that are really energized and excited to meet people both from our parish and from neighboring parishes. And then we'll move into praise and worship, which Dr. Klotz has lovingly prepared for us. It's going to be beautiful. Followed by our first speaker, who is, do you want me to talk about the speakers now, or?
Go for it.
Okay, so our first speaker is Father Uriel Manzano from he's the rector at the seminary, St. Mary's downtown. And
classmate of mine.
Really? I did not realize that. Oh, that's awesome. Makes it even more special.
Absolutely.
So
he's a good priest. So.
That's everyone I know loves him. And so he's going to speak on the source and summit of the Eucharist, and kind of what that means for us as Catholics. And then we will take a short break, and we'll come back. And then we have Bishop Yannick coming, who is originally from El Campo, but now he's the auxiliary bishop of San Antonio. Bishop Yannick's going to speak about full, active, and conscious participation at Mass. So both of our talks will work together to focus everyone back on the importance of the Eucharist as Father said, the source and summit of our Catholic faith.
Yes.
I mean, I can't put it better than that. And so after Bishop Yannick speaks, we will break, and we have a dinner planned for everyone in both the gym and the parish hall. And then we will come back for a rosary, and led by our teens. I don't know if you've heard that part, which I'm super excited to get our teens involved. Then we will have more praise and worship, led by Dr. Kevin, followed by Mass, which we have Bishop Joe Vasquez coming, and Bishop Yannick, and Father Uriel, and all of our wonderful priests and deacons. So it should be an amazing night. And then it will be capped off with adoration and a Eucharistic procession. So it's a full, jam-packed day.
Yeah, jam-packed day, yes.
Jam-packed
full of
day.
excitement, full of learning, full of experiencing what church is all about. Wow.
Yeah. So hope to bring everybody closer to the Eucharist. And maybe not everybody knows, exactly what the source and summit is, right? We say that, we throw it around a lot. But I think there's a lot of people out there who maybe you aren't 100% sure what we mean when we say that, but maybe they've been here too long and they don't want to ask. So I'm hoping that there's a lot of learning that goes on.
So talk a little bit about what it takes to put something like this on for the church.
Okay, so we start working 6, 8, 10 months out to secure our speakers. Once we secure the speakers, then we start planning for all of our media, communications, our food, who we're gonna, ask to chair our different volunteer positions, putting together the program, things like that. It takes a lot of man hours to put something like this together, and a lot of people. There's a lot of different people involved to make sure everything runs smoothly the day of.
Can you speak to how many people are actually involved in the planning of this?
So for the parish staff, we have around 10, I believe.
And the volunteers?
Volunteers, I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 more.
And then the people who are volunteering throughout the day.
Under them, geez. Throughout the day, we probably have another at least 30 or 40 people, minimum. There's always extra people who show up on the day of and are just willing to jump in and do whatever we ask. So yeah, it takes a lot of people to put it on.
Okay, well, let's talk about how important the Eucharist is to the community. Let's hand it out, and then we'll narrow it down.
Narrow
to
down.
Us.
Without the Eucharist, we have no community, right? What is Catholicism without the Eucharist? That's what sets us apart from everyone else. It brings us together. Everything Christ did culminates in the Eucharist, right? So for me, I think, it's impossible not to focus on that, to not just hone in on his sacrifice for me. And sometimes it's even hard to be in the Mass and to sit through the consecration, knowing, thinking what he did, and he did it for me, he did it for you, he did it for all of us. And I think that's something that's uniquely Catholic, that brings us all together as a community.
And also, I was talking with the children who were receiving First Communion not too long ago, and I brought up the personal relationship with Jesus himself. We all are able, through the Eucharist, to have our own personal
Right.
relationship with him, even though it's communal. Every part of Mass, every part of the Eucharist that we come to is communal, but it's also that personal relationship too.
Absolutely.
Knowing that he is there for us, but we are there for each other. Just like we've been praying for you for the last month and a half over your illness, and praying for all of the people here in our parish that are going
Right.
through things that
So much.
we could never imagine. We are able to bring our prayers. We're able to bring ourselves to Jesus on the altar and
Exactly.
place it there and allow him to transform it. That's why
Yeah.
it's important to me. Not only for me to be a parish priest, but for me to have that personal relationship with Jesus as well, to bring him to the community. That's why it's important for me. That's one of those things that I have been working on over the last 17 years of my priesthood. So, but we all have to do our part in bringing the Eucharist to the community. And I think Heart of Worship is one of those ways in which we can have people focus back on
Right.
on the importance of it, but also give them the tools and the information to share it with the rest of the community.
Yeah, that's our hope.
Yes.
That is our hope, that they will go out and share what they've learned.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's get into the logistics of Heart of Worship. So first of all, what about parking, and then tickets, and then anything else that we need to really much
The day
cover
of.
to let people know what's going on?
Okay, so when you arrive, first of all, we're going to start at 12:30. Registration begins at 12:30. But for parking, we'll have parking here on the main campus in front of the church, all the way down to the school. There are handicap spots for those who need them, and spots marked for the elderly and less mobile also. If we have to overflow, it'll go across the street to the Ave Maria Center. And there will be a golf cart to help shuttle the elderly and less mobile should they have to park at a distance. The Knights of Columbus will be running that for us.
Wow.
And they will, they'll kind of be patrolling to see if there's anybody that needs their help. Once you've parked, proceed on into the narthex, where we'll have everybody ready to check people in. For tickets, everyone can go to the St. Laurence website. It's stlawrence.org/HOW for Heart of Worship. The registration link is on there. Once you've registered, it's going to pop up with a QR code, and we will scan you when you come on in.
Okay, Jessica, can you talk to how important it is for us to pre-register for Heart of Worship?
Yes, we are asking people to pre-register by January the 30th. So it just helps us tremendously with our planning for our numbers. It helps our volunteers. We know where to station them. Logistics-wise, it just really helps us. So online registration will close on January the 30th. We will have some space, assuming ticket sales allow. We do oftentimes sell out. Assuming ticket sales allow, we will have some space for day of registration, but it's really helpful if people pre-register. We look look forward to seeing everyone on February the 7th here at St. Laurence Catholic Church in Sugar Land at 12:30 p.m. A full day of praise and worship, adoration, mass, learning. We look forward to seeing you there.